All right, so outside Austin city limits, I like this because it actually breaks down what's happening in Austin. So it basically says Austin is still America's fastest growing city according to the census and the MSA population, with a staggering 84% between 2000 and 2020. But that has died off recently. What I found really interesting about this, it says the Austin area move in and move out ratio, which reached a high of 2.3 in January 2021, but has nosedived since June 2022, according to this website. The inflow to outflow ratio of searches for moves into Austin hit a negative territory in September 2022 and ended this last year at 1.26, a far cry from a city gaudy positive numbers. If you're in Austin and you're thinking about leaving Austin, drop a comment as to why. Don't worry, Aaron is indeed here. Thank you, Aaron. A primary reason for the slowdown, and this is what they're saying, do you agree with this or not? Primary reason for the slowdown and interest in moving to Austin area has to do with fast rising costs. I could have told you that. And home prices. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development says that Austin is the most expensive city to build a new home in. What's interesting about this, what I find really interesting is we talk about, am I a little too high here? There we go. We keep talking about unaffordability in the Austin area. And part of the thing that I keep saying is the reason why we have unaffordability is the fact that the cost for building in Austin is so incredibly expensive and takes so long. I have a developer I'm working with that has 73 units that they're going to be putting online here. And the 73 units, it's taken them 4 years to be able to get this ready. And that's through permitting and all that stuff. So there's so much red tape to go through. The timeline of moves to and from Austin. So here's what it's looking like. So this is over the last couple of years. We saw a really big high of people wanting to move in January 2021 and then move outs. So we still have more people moving in than moving out, but barely. I mean, look at the move ins. You're looking at 420 versus 317. And then right now, in fact, we crossed that line a little bit here back in October 2022. We had a lot more people leaving in October. I remember selling a lot of homes in that time frame. Is it just that I don't have the screen long enough? There we go. Now I can see you. There you go. But this is as of January. I've had a lot of people reach out to me. So if people are thinking about leaving, in the comments, write the reasons why you're thinking about leaving, because this is kind of what we're going to talk about today. From January 2020 to 2021, Austin saw a robust positive search numbers. Basically, we just talked about that. All right, Austin moving trends. I thought this was pretty interesting here. The interest of moving into Austin slowed in 2022, but some suburban areas in the MSA continue to see hotspots. Many Austin zip codes saw negative inflow to outflow ratios in search. Aaron wants to know which one they are. Many Austin zip codes saw negative inflow, and San Marcos stayed attractive for many San Marcos. I don't know how San Marcos, but Leander, Georgetown, San Marcos are saying. What I found interesting, so here's their chart for the areas. They made no mention of Dripping Springs, but Dripping Springs is, unless they just decided Dripping Springs wasn't part of it, but Dripping Springs, even deep into 2022, was really high on the move into. Look at the move out, Manor. People are moving out of Manor. If you're bought in Manor, what are the reasons why you are leaving Manor? I'm curious. Maybe we'll answer some of those questions. Austin on the east side, 78754. But look at this little spot down here, 78701. So this is like right in the heart of downtown. In fact, I did this differently. So let me see if I can pull up 78701 for you so you can see where that looks like. 78701 is literally downtown. So people are more excited to move downtown Austin than anywhere else in and around the Austin area. But I mean, San Marcos, I just don't see San Marcos being that hot of an area for people to move into. But Leander, obviously, Liberty Hill, you have Georgetown. They did two different parts of Georgetown. Hutto was still high on the list. Lago Vista, you had a lot of people net demigration, the opposite of migration. Let's see. Aaron says, so let's take cars a new nice truck in like the 80s instead of a used car for 11K, you say 69,000 for your down payment. There you go. So pretty interesting on this part of it. But here are the top 5 move-in zip codes. Were Austin with 2.06, 78701. You have Leander, 78641. Liberty Hill, 78642. Georgetown and Georgetown. So it looks like Georgetown was pretty much the place people were moving to. Austin is not affordable, is what Dan Christopher says. Austin is not affordable. I keep seeing homes that would normally be 120K to 350K selling for 500K to 700K. The homes are not very attractive either. They look like they were mobile home interiors. I don't know that that's the truth. Curious if anybody agrees with Don Christopher there. So, like I said, I've seen prices dip below 2021 numbers. So for everybody saying that we're so unaffordable, I keep saying that we're unaffordable because of interest rates, not because of prices in Austin. Because if people were paying these prices back in 2021 and they were able to afford it, a lot of that had to do with interest rates being so cheap. I mean, what do you think about that? Now, I haven't charted this one in a while, but these are my Austin numbers. I keep pulling these numbers. Here's the Austin numbers. We are down to 541, which is literally at where we were in 2021. And then we dipped back down in 2021 and came back. Are you on there? Yeah, perfect. So prices are down at 2021 numbers yet. And we can go through some of the zip codes. I've gone through zip codes in the past. If you want to look at zip codes here in a minute, we can look at zip codes again. But yeah, Aaron says, yeah, I call it BS. I have a nice 1,500 square foot smart starter home in a neighborhood for 370K. Edward says, exactly. I enjoy nice things in moderation, and depreciable assets is not where I'm putting my money. So, but still, we are back down to 2021 numbers. What's the difference is interest rates are extremely high. I mean, they're at 7.65% today. So that's really what's making things more unaffordable for most people when they are looking to buy. So let's talk about some of the reasons why people are choosing to, or where people are moving from, which cities are moving to and from Austin. So what's interesting is I like this chart. So the cities that are moving to Austin still heavily are San Jose, San Francisco, Chicago. We're having a net going out to Nashville. People are still moving in from Florida. So if you look at the numbers here, in and out. And we go down here, Denver is the one area. What's interesting, and I want to hear from you, is what I heard recently from a few people was the reason why they're wanting to move from Austin was because of the political landscape in Texas. I don't have any comments on that, but if you think people are moving out because of the political landscape in Texas, I want to hear from you in the comments. Thanks for watching this short of the Real Amigos podcast. For more live streams, hit here. For more clips, hit here. We'll catch you on the next one.